to a beautiful night here in Pensacola for the Lucas Oil 100. It's the final leg in the road to the Snowball Derby in the Fast Blizzard Series. Andy Kessler, Ben Kilcrease on the call tonight. Laura Lawson is getting the picture that you see to you. Andy, it seems like a little while, but it really hasn't been that long since our last race here at Five Flags Speedway. We're back, but glad to be back and looking forward to this 100-lapper tonight.
Oh, yeah, Ben. A couple weeks ago, we got to see a great race. Now we get to see the finale in this Blizzard Series tonight. 100 more laps here at Five Flags Speedway. These guys have had 3 weeks now to fine-tune these setups, get them set up here tonight. We saw Michael Cozy Jr. have a fantastic run a couple of weeks ago. So looking forward to seeing what he can do and what the points leader, Tim Bills, can have for these guys here tonight also.
We'll look at a track record coming into tonight's set. Last time we raced back on October 4th by Matt Rolfe, it was a 15.345 second lap at 117.302 miles per hour average around this racetrack. They got close to that in practice. Andy, do you think we can see that track record fall tonight?
We could. There is a possibility. We already see Tim Bills up there with a 406, so it is definitely possible for him to break it. However, he might have been the fastest one or the closest one to be able to break that tonight. And at this point, we might not see that broken here tonight. But other than that, that's one that we hope that I think we were breaking it every single week we were here. So eventually, that thing's got to stick.
Certainly does. Still have Matt Rolfe waiting to go out to qualify. Qualifying taking place right now as we speak. Let's talk about the car count tonight, Andy. It's a little bit low, which is going to give these drivers a chance to really kind of battle among themselves. They're not going to have to worry about working traffic that much. They're going to be able to fight real hard for each and every position around the racetrack. By the way, while we were talking, Matt Rolfe came close but did not beat his record. He laid down a 3.64 and has the fast time right now. But back to what we were saying, these guys are going to have a lot of room around the racetrack, so we could see some good side-by-side battling going on.
Oh, we definitely could. And, we expect that of only a 4-race series. We're in the last race of the series, so a lot of guys probably were like, you know what, let's save our machines. We got the Snowball Derby coming up here in a couple months. Let's save our stuff. We don't want to destroy a car here in this race and have to worry about figuring out how to get a new one done. So, and plus a lot of these guys out of the points, obviously, for the championship. So probably deciding I'd rather not get involved in maybe ruining someone's championship here tonight.
Glad you mentioned the Snowball Derby. December 13th, the date on the calendar for that race. Andy, these races have been 100 laps in the Blizzard Series. We head to the Snowball Derby. It's a 300-lap endurance Super Late Model race right here at Five Flags Speedway. These guys are somewhat testing the waters in these races, but it's more than twice as long when it comes to the Snowball Derby in December. How are these guys going to adjust to that 300-lapper as opposed to these short stint 100-lap races?
Well, these are basically just, if you want to call them, practice races, a little stint of what they're going to have with the 300 laps coming up in December. And that Snowball Derby, 300 laps, you're going to see a lot of different strategies, I assume, there. We know these guys can run almost 100 laps on the fuel that they have in the cars. So you gotta think that when it comes down to a 300-lap race here, track position is going to be huge. You don't want to get caught in the back. So you're going to see a whole bunch of different strategies. A lot of guys deciding to stay out for a long time. We know tires, though, come into effect here at this race. So or at this track, I should say. It does burn them up pretty quick here, especially how hard these guys drive through these corners. So when you're talking 100-lap races, these are really just little sprint races. When they come to that 300 come in December for the Snowball Derby, there's going to be a lot of talk amongst themselves and amongst their teams of what they need to do to be up front and to conserve what they can for that whole long race.
The Derby is just around the corner, but first we've got to get through this 100-lap fourth and final race in the Blizzard Series, and to do so, we'll send it trackside for tonight's National Anthem.
Speedway, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
On behalf of iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations and Fast Sim Racing, welcome to Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola. It's the Lucas Oil 100, the fourth and final round of the Fast Blizzard Series race and the last leg to the Snowball Derby coming up in December. I'm Ben Kilcrease, alongside me, Andy Kessler, Laura Lawson, getting a picture that you see to you. Andy, let's go ahead and run them through the starting lineup for the Lucas Oil 100. Front row belongs to Matt Rolfe in the 15, and to his outside it'll be points leader coming into tonight, Tim Bills in the number 7.
The 44, Paul Fugate's going to be on the inside of row number 2, while Mike Rhino in the 33 starts 4th.
Last round's winner, Michael Cozy Jr. in the number 88. He'll start inside of row number 3. To his outside, it is Mark Arthur in the number 12.
The 7th starting spot goes to the number 30 of Ronald McKay, while Dan Vining starts outside row number 4.
Carson Hocevar is in the 51, and the 13 is David Cassidy. That's the starting lineup for our final Blizzard Series race here, the Lucas Oil 100. Lights out on the American Childhood Cancer Organization Ford Mustang Pace Car. Final chance to get your name written down in the history books before the Snowball Derby in December. 2x2, it's the Lucas Oil 100. We're racing at Five Flag Speedway.
What a jump on the start right there by Matt Rolfe. He jumps out to a huge lead, leaves Tim Bills out on the outside lane. Here comes Fugate now to the inside. It's a side-by-side battle for second. A little slip-up by the 33. He's going to leave the door open for the 88 of Cozy.
Fugate clears just in front of that battle. Michael Cozy up to 4th. Rhino going to fall back to 5th on the outside. Tim Bills has to settle for the 3rd spot as Fugate takes over that runner-up spot right now. Everybody single file as Matt Rolfe shows the way by 10, 12 car lengths over Fugate.
Yeah, that great jump, a great start. Gets him way out there right now. Tim Bills, we expect to see him maybe on the move here early on like he has been week after week. But right now, he's stuck right there behind the 44 of Paul Fugate. Fugate doing a great job here tonight early on in this race, holding his line, holding his position. He sits second now off of turn 2.
Every one of these Blizzard Series is now Tim Bills looks down to the inside. Every one of the Blizzard Series races, Fugate name, whether it's at the beginning of the race or at the end of the race, it always runs through our mouths. Whether he is up at the front of the field or challenging somebody mid-pack, he has always found himself in a battle. And tonight he sits top 3 as he's trying to hold on to that final podium spot as Michael Cozy Jr. is all over the rear bumper of the 44. And Cozy has the Rhino machine on his rear bumper. Those guys right there, all 3, tail to nose as they work to turn 3.
That's a great battle for that 3rd spot right now. Cozy Jr. trying to pick his spot. Looks like that 44 is just so much better off the corner right now. Getting into the corner, you see Cozy right up on his bumper here, but then Fugate able to turn on the jets as they exit the corner and head back into turn number 3.
Even at the real world Five Flag Speedway, if you can get a run off the corner, you have got a winning car under you, and that's exactly what Fugate has. He has the run off the turn. Look at him power off of turn number 2. He pulls out ahead of Michael Cozy Jr., sticks a car length or 2 of air in between those two guys. As Cozy, though, works turn 3 and 4 real good. Fugate tags the wall on the front stretch. So does Rhino. Everybody starting to slip up as we're almost 1/10 of the way complete with our Lucas Oil 100.
Yeah, a little bit of slip up right there. Rhino does it again right now. Opens the bottom side. He's going to almost lose it right there off of turn number 4. Here comes a 12 on Mark Arthur now. Fugate still having, or excuse me, Rhino still having some issues, which is way up in the track in 1 and 2.
Gets up in the marbles, has to check up. He'll fall in line just right in front of Ronald McKay and holds on to the 6th spot just barely. He almost tags the wall again. Up for the 3rd spot. Fugate still holding off Michael Cozy, but here comes Cozy down the back straightaway. He closes up to the bumper, almost gives him a shot in the middle of 3 and 4. Cozy looking to get to that 3rd spot.
Yeah, he's looking for it. He just can't quite seem to get it right now. Coming off the corner, that 44 machine's just too strong. Currently, he always opens up the gap almost at 2 car lengths before they enter the next corner, but then Cozy's able to close it in. He's got a great car down the straightaway, able to put some hard braking into it, just not able to get those rear tires to hook up off of the corner. Fugate still pulls away 2 car lengths now into 3.
Matt Rolfe, still your leader. Last time by was 0.8 of a second. This time by at the line, still, well, no. Bills actually cuts away at that, almost 2/10. Tim Bills is reeling in leader Matt Rolfe as we close in on lap 15 here in the Lucas Oil 100.
Yeah, I think that 7 car has definitely been working on his setup as far as the long runs, probably trying to get ready for this Snowball Derby here coming up in December. Right now, Tim Bills still closing in a little bit, half a second now on the lead to Matt Rolfe. Rolfe doing a great job here tonight, though. Got out to a great cushy start there on that restart. Able to run off some quick, decent lap times right now. Tim Bills, though, continuing trying to reel them in here through 3 and 4.
Did you say cushy? I'll have to add that one to my dictionary. While we were talking about that, Fugate gets passed by Cozy. Cozy works his way to the 3rd spot. Fugate didn't really make a battle of it. He pulled up off of turn number 2, let him go. Still got a long way to go in this 100-lap race as we work lap number 17 right now. Tim Bills continuing to reel in leader Matt Rolfe. We've seen this in the last race. Got a long green flag run. Bills was able to reel in Rolfe. And a little bit of vice versa. Rolfe was able to reel in Bills at one point. Last round, we'll have to see how these guys shape up. About the lap 25 mark is where it's going to tell the story of who has the better car. Rolfe could still be saving, letting Bills run all his stuff out here, trying to reel in him.
Yeah, and sometimes that's the best part about being the leader is just running your laps, running your lap time, letting those guys behind you really wear their stuff out, because trying to catch you, you're definitely going to push the car right now, and Tim Bills might possibly be doing that at the moment, just trying to catch up to him. He's got a great run right now into turn number 1. He's really closed that gap now, almost 2 car lengths now off of turn 2.
Rolfe is getting loose. Rolfe got loose out of 4. He was up the racetrack in 1 and 2. We're on board Tim Bills as you see the battle shaping up for the lead on the front straightaway. Andy, you made a good point. When you're the leader, you control the pace of the race. It's the same way at the Real World 5 Flag Speedway and the Blizzard Series there. If you get out in front, you decide how fast the race pace is. And Matt Rolfe is doing just that, but Tim Bills wants to change that pace as he looks low down in turn number 1. Battle for the lead as we head to the back straightaway.
Yeah, Tim Bills has that bottom line right now. Rolfe unable to do anything with it right now. He's hanging tough on that outside. Still has the lead right now. Not quite have him cleared. Here comes Tim Bills now. He's going to pull up side by side now as they head back into turn number 1.
That time by 67/1000ths of a second is the only distance. Matt Rolfe led that lap by. Still hanging on to the outside. Bills works the bottom. Bills slides up in the middle of 3 and 4. Rolfe's going to be able to get the run off of turn 4. No, almost gets up into the wall. Tim Bills is going to clear him down in turn number 1. New leader, Tim Bills.
Yeah, Rolfe's trying to do everything he can to keep that high side going, that momentum going. Looks like he's worn his tires out, so vice versa. We thought Tim Bills might be wearing his stuff out, trying to catch up to him, but Matt Rolfe probably trying to stay out ahead of this guy. He knows how quick that 7 has been, and we got a caution on the Speedway.
Mike Rhino, 33, is around in turn number 4. Oh, look out, he pulls out right in front of the leaders. Close call there for points leader and race leader Tim Bills. Rhino just gets it down into turn number 3 a little bit too hard. Spins it over, corrects it, and loops it around, gets up into the wall, and then spins it out again, trying to get going. First caution of the night comes just past a quarter of the way through in the Lucas Oil 100.
Yeah, pit road's going to be open for our leaders this time. It looks like they're all going to head down. It is. All the front leaders, all the front runners going to come down pit road this time. Now the question is, do they take 4 tires, 2 tires, or just a splash of gas? We'll have to see what these guys do as they head down pit road. Of course, Tim Bill's leading the way right now. We knew Mike Rhino, who brought out that caution there, he's been kind of struggling all race long, it seemed, really pushing up into the corners. The car just not reacting the way he wanted it to here tonight. They missed something in that setup, and Rough Night just turned even rougher, putting him a lap down.
Rhino in the first couple of races has had a car to contend for the win, and just, like I said, missed something on the setup tonight. Close race off pit road. It might have been Cozy that snagged it at the line over Matt Rolfe, the second position we're talking about. Cozy did take 4 tires and a very quick stop for the number 88 of Michael Cozy Jr., last race winner here in the Blizzard Series.
Yeah, Tim Bills definitely, his crew week in and week out have been really, really good on the pit stops. Again, he beats everybody out there by quite a pretty big distance right there, Ben. But Cozy Jr., that's a story right there. Second place point sitter right now, 11 points, obviously, from the lead of Tim Bills. He's got his work cut out for him here tonight. Obviously needs a 7 to have some sort of issues if he wants a chance to win this thing. But at the same token, he's got to be up front. He's got to put himself in a position to win this thing, and right there his pit crew did the job there and got him that 1 extra spot.
It is going to be very hard for Cozy to get this championship. The 7 would have to have just a disastrous night from here on out for him to even have a slight chance. But that second position in the points is still available, and the win is still up in the air tonight here at Five Flags Speedway and Lucas Oil 100. So if I'm the Cozy team, I'm looking just to go out and win this race tonight, make it 2 in a row, have a good little boost of momentum heading into the Snowball Derby in December.
Yeah, and we know, talking to him last week in Victory Lane, he was pretty excited about getting that win too. So I know to back it up here with a win in back-to-back races in the Blizzard Series, that'd be a pretty special feat for him.
Love to interview him again. Pace car to pit road. Green flag back in the air. Cozy did not get off the outside. Rolfe is going to stick his nose down low. Bills has a 5, 6, 7, 8 car length lead as they work to the backstretch.
And Cozy's falling back real hard. He's going to lose that 3rd position to the 51 of Carson Hosever. Oh, they get a little contact there. Now the 88's around. The 30 of Ronald McKay gets into the quarter panel of the 88 of Cozy Jr. He goes around, and we got another caution here in turn 4.
Cozy did not spin that car around once. He had that thing completely sideways, but was able to save it somehow in the end. But caution does come out for the second time here tonight on lap number 32 in the Lucas Oil 100. We get the replay right here. It all happened when the 51 just did a bonsai move down into turn number 3, almost got into Rolfe, then slid up right into Cozy. Cozy tried to avoid him and come right across the nose of McKay in the 30. And that's going to be the cause of caution number 2 here in the Lucas Oil 100. Great job by all the other competitors behind Cozy and McKay, giving them a chance to get it gathered back up and not making that a bigger incident than it was.
Oh, absolutely. And pit road's open. Obviously, the 88 coming down. Here comes the 12 right behind him. Going to probably flat spot the tires. Obviously, they're getting on the brakes like they did, and Cozy Jr. actually getting almost all the way around, but really drifting that thing through the corner. So these guys are going to come down, get maybe a little bit of damage fixed on that 88. 4 tires, fuel, and get back out there. We know Cozy last last time out. I always want to say last week, but it was a couple of weeks ago. But we know he had some issues early on in the race there, too. Had to go in the back, but worked his way back up to the front and ultimately was able to pull out the win. So nothing new right now for the 88. He's still got plenty of time to get this thing done.
Once this concludes tonight, we'll swing over to the Beef O'Brady's on Halifax and get us a nice burger. Andy will probably get some chicken tenders. Not sure what Laurel.
Lobster roll.
Lobster roll. Not sure what Laurel will get. Well, she might settle with a grilled cheese, but then we'll get ready to head on up just a couple miles north to Talladega Super Speedway in the RSR Full Throttle Cup Series. Tomorrow you can join Evan Pasoko in the game and the gang. I'll get it right here in a second at 9:30 Eastern tomorrow night right here on LSRTV, the voice of sim racing. Lights out on the Childhood Cancer Organization Ford Mustang pace car. It's Bills and Rolf. That is your front row for this restart. Then it's McKay, Vining, Fugate. That's the top 5. Pace car heads down to pit road. 2 by 2. The field is. Bill slows them down. Nails the throttle. We're back racing.
That was a classic short track move right there in the restart. Tim Bill, everybody thinks they're going to go. He waits it out just that couple seconds longer. Pulls out to a 5-car length lead now over Matt Rolfe. The 30 of Ronald McKay. He pulls in line into second. Daniel Vining, good run so far. He's in 4th, but he's got a mirror full of Paul Fugate.
Fugate looks low. Vining works the outside. Fugate down low again. Cozy Jr. trying to work his way back up through the field. Fugate side by side with Vining now. He has a half a car. He slides up the racetrack in 3. Good battle still going on there. Fugate clears him, gets into the wall. Arthur gets into Vining. A lot of action taking place with those 4 cars. Now Fugate goes up the racetrack. Cozy looks low to 3.
Cozy trying to work his way up quickly now. That's the battle for the 4 spot. He's going to get it off of turn number 4. Here comes the 12. Came down pit road along with the 88. That's Mark Arthur. He's worked his way now up into that top 5 spot. So those 2 guys right now making short work of these guys without the fresh tires, trying to work their way up into that top 3.
For the lead, Rolf has caught Tim Bills. Now he's got to decide if he wants to ride behind him or try and get around him and fend him off when it comes down to the end of this thing. 8 laps until we get to the 50 lap mark, halfway point here in the Lucas Oil 100. Bills almost gets into the wall on the front stretch there. He's getting the pressure from the 15 as he works off a turn 2 back straight away. Rolf shows a nose down to 3.
He does. Tim Bills gives him the room. Now here comes Rolf down to the bottom side. He's going to get him. Not quite clear. Now he's got him clear as they head back into turn number 1. Matt Rolfe, a good move right there off of turn number 2 that last time. He's got the lead back now. Can he hold him off as Tim Bills sits there right on his bumper? About half a car length separates the 2 off 4.
He's got the lead. Now, like you said, he's got to hold him off. He's got 55 laps until the finish of this thing. If we go green, if we see another caution, I can just about assure you these guys will come down and take tires. Rolf almost gets into the wall on the front stretch. He's got to just take it easy. These guys just need to ride until about 40 to go. Then they can set it loose and see who's got the best equipment. We ease up on 54 laps to go right now. Bill's let Rolf by, but he is not letting him get away.
No, he doesn't want to let him get away right now. We know Tim Bills has a great car on the long run. Not quite running down on that bottom white line right now currently. Kind of drifting up about half a car length, or half a lane, I should say, off of the corners there, especially in 3 and 4. Matt Rolfe doing a great job, though, holding on to that lead currently. It's still about a car length, again, off of turn 4.
Bills looks content to ride behind. So while he does that, Michael Cozy Jr. says, I'll take the 3rd spot away from Ronald McKay off turn 4. Cozy to 3rd. Here comes Arthur looking to get to the inside of Cozy as well. Arthur now wants the 3rd spot that Cozy just stole from McKay.
He wants it, but he's going to have to fall back in line right now, working through 3 and 4. Arthur right now, he almost gets into the back of Cozy right there. Cozy slips up a little bit, touches the wall. Here comes Arthur now to the inside. He's going to take that third spot. And now here comes Ronald McKay trying to get it back from Cozy. Cozy hanging tough though on the outside into 3.
Arthur was pushing Cozy down the front straightaway. Now Arthur gets into the wall. McKay gets into the wall. We'll see if Cozy can reel back into 12 and if there's any little retaliation that comes into effect. We'll see. Battle for the lead. Bills has a nose on Rolf in 1. Bills has half a car on Rolf in 2. Back straightaway. They're going to be door-to-door, side-by-side.
Great battle for the lead. Rolf ends up pushing up the track, leaves the bottom side wide open. Now it looks like Tim Bill's struggling a little bit. The 15 looks like he may have grazed the wall right there down the front straightaway. It seemed to be a problem here tonight as that turn 4 down the front straightaway, but still they're side by side back into 3.
Rolf running a little bit high up on a racetrack. If I were him, I'd be pinching a 7 off. If you can pinch the guy off in turn number 4, then you'll be able to pass him by the time they get to turn number 1. Bills has the advantage off of turn number 2, though. He sees that his nose is inching out ahead, and now he clears him in turn 4. Tim Bills back to the lead, lap 54, but here comes Rolf right back on his bumper.
That Rolf doesn't want him to get away this time. Last time he ended up losing sight or losing a little bit of ground to him. Tim Bills now, he's going to try to get himself into a rhythm here as he's got clear racetrack ahead. New leader, that's 7 car, once again, leading here at 5 Flags.
So we passed the halfway mark, closing in on the finish of this one here on the Lucas Oil 100, the 4th and final round of the Fast Blizzard Series, and our road to the Snowball Derby on December the 13th. That'll be live right here on LSRTV. Rolf not letting him get too far out ahead. They're easing up on the lap traffic of Dan Vining. Vining will stay high for the leaders, and they'll be able to negotiate around as well.
Yeah, that didn't take long right there. Daniel Vining had restarted 4th on this last restart, but with the old tires, his car just not handling. You can see it through the corners, just wiggling every time he turns that wheel to the left. So a tough night right now for Daniel Vining, sitting 8th right now currently, but now he's a lap down as the leaders continue to push their way towards the start-finish line again. This time going to work on lap number 60. We got 41 laps left to go here.
We mentioned a Derby coming up in December. We got another big race. It's the Fast Legends Million on November the 15th. The Studio 10 Wraps Fast Legends Million, $50 going to go to the winner. That also going to be live right here on LSR TV. Got a big night planned for that. Some dash races, heat races, qualifying, all the works. It's going to be an exciting night. That's November the 15th. Battle heating up for the 5th spot. It is between McKay and Fugate. Fugate wants that top 5 position back, and he's going to try and snag it away from McKay down in turn number 1. They race side by side.
Yeah, Fugate almost pushes up right there into turn number 1. Not going to have any of it, though. Side by side, it's a drag race down the back straightaway. McKay holding real tough on that outside lane. Definitely not the place where you get too much speed, but he's doing a great job right now. Still continuing to hold on to that 5th spot at the line. Fugate, though, doing everything he can to take it away.
These guys putting on a heck of a show for the fans. Fugate, he got the pinch from McKay that time, but Fugate muscled his way up to his line that he wanted to run down in 3 and 4. They're still side by side. Fugate with a slight advantage this time. Looks like he'll have him clear all 4. He does. Now Cassidy in a 13 wants to try and get another position away from McKay. McKay runs down deep into turn number 3, slides up the racetrack. Cassidy down low for 6th.
He is down low. Looks like he gave up a little bit on the entry of the corner, though. McKay, though, moves way up the racetrack. Cassidy's got the position now. He's got the preferred line on the bottom side. He's going to have him clear through 3 and 4 off of turn number 4. Now you got the lap machine right behind Ronald McKay of the 33 of Mike Rhino. He's a lap down. He's trying to really battle. He's got to find that 99 car and possibly get around him before we get the next caution if he wants a chance to get back on his lead lap.
So everybody getting spread out, running their own race as we ease in on the 30 lap to go mark here at 5 Flags Speedway in the Lucas Oil 100. Tim Bills leads. He also leads the point standings coming into tonight. And it looks like he could leave tonight as the Fast Blizzard Series champion, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We still got 31 laps to go at the line. You're watching LSR TV, the voice of sim racing.
Did you know that Lion's sense of vision is so powerful, it actually enables nearby creatures to see better? Here we see lions assisting the offspring of others, while their parents are elsewhere in the wild. Brilliant, isn't it? Making the wild kingdom look much better indeed. Do good, be a lion.
Welcome back to Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, the Lucas Oil 100. The final round of the Fast Blizzard Series live right here on LSR TV. Ben Kilcrease alongside Andy Kessler. Laura Lawson is getting the picture that you see to you. Leader Tim Bills just getting by the lap traffic, and he's going to leave a nice little pack of cars for second place. Matt Rolfe to deal with, who is being challenged for that position by Mark Arthur, who has come out of nowhere in the number 12. He is slowly but surely easing up on the rear bumper of the 15.
Yeah, he is definitely a car set up for the long run, which is what we're on right now currently as we exit turn number 4 right here. Matt Rolfe definitely starting to see his gap shrink now to that 12 cars. The 12 now puts it almost a car length. Now it's 2 as they exit turn number 2. 2 car lengths separate those two guys for that second spot with tons of lap traffic just in front of them.
We've seen many a times here in the Blizzard Series where lap traffic played a factor to the finishing results in a race, and here comes Matt Rolfe. He is side by side with the lap traffic. That has allowed Mark Arthur to pull right there on his rear bumper, challenging him for the second spot. He looks low in turn 1.
He does, and he drives it right down in there, out brakes the 15 of Matt Rolfe. He's going to have him clear off of turn number 2. They go into 3 now, and new second place runner right now, Mark Arthur. He's moved up there. Does he have anything for the Bills? 2.5 seconds is the gap to the first.
Arthur got loose right out of turn 4 when he cleared Rolfe. Rolfe right there on his bumper. Rolfe going to try the outside. No grip going to be found up there. He turns it back low in turn 4, not letting him get too far out ahead, but you can certainly tell that Arthur has the faster car, and Tim Bills is just putting on a clinic tonight here at Five Flags Speedway. He comes to get the 15 lap to go. There's not a signal for that, but if there were, he'd got it right there.
that he did, and he's got himself a 3-second gap to second place, so Tim Bills has this thing right now on autopilot. Couple little lap cars to deal with. Fugate's the next one in line. Fugate having a great run here tonight in that 5th spot currently. Not too much anyone really going to fight him for that position right now, as we see Tim Bills go underneath him off of turn number 4. Tim Bills now is lapped up to position number 5. He gets off out the start-finish line right there. He's got 13 laps to go.
4 cars on the lead lap here at Five Flags Speedway in the Lucas Oil 100. 12 to go right here, and Tim Bills is just saying, please let this thing go green all the way to the end, because if it does, we're going to see him. We're going to get to talk to him in Jack's Victory Lane, but we can't get ahead of ourselves. This is the Blizzard Series. This is almost just as unpredictable as a NASCAR race at Talladega, as Tim Bills continues to lead. 11 laps to go. Arthur not able to nip away at that lead, although Arthur has put some distance between he and the 15 machine of Rolf. Everybody pretty much spread out, single file, running their own races, trying to get to the finish.
Yeah, trying to get to the finish. We're under 10 laps to go here. Coming to the stripe right now. We're going to have 9 to go here, as Tim Bills doing a great job here tonight. Moves his lead up to 3.3 seconds now over second place Mark Arthur. It'd be nice to see, Ben. Mark's had a great run here tonight. Able to, obviously has a great long run car. It'd be nice to see if what he'd have for the 7, maybe on a short run with fresh tires. So, but with that, we will not probably be able to find that out as we start to close in and get to that all-important 5 laps to go, or a caution would probably end it.
You mentioned Arthur. In the first couple of races, he has been stout. Let's not mistake him for the runs that he has had. He has just been at the wrong place at the wrong time too many times. And he gets loose right there in turn 4. Just as we were talking about him, the announcer's curse right there as Tim Bills leads. He laps 4th place Michael Cozy. Tim Bills, he'll get the high 5 laps to go at Five Flags Speedway.
Yeah, Michael Cozy had a great run, probably battling for the lead, second in the point standings right now, but you can see on this long run, just had nothing for him here tonight as Cozy Jr. goes down a lap. You know that's not the sight he wanted to see. Tim Bills pulling away after he laps him, so unfortunate run right there for Michael Cozy in this championship hunt, but nonetheless, a great job. And you got to say, hey, I won one of these 4 races this season.
Certainly, and that'll give him a huge momentum boost heading into the Derby, knowing that he has visited Victory Lane at the famed half-mile high-banked oval in Pensacola. This time by Tim Bills, he's going to get the popsicle sticks. 2 laps to go for the number 7 machine, points leader coming into tonight. And he's been the race leader most of the night here at Five Flags Speedway. He's got 1 more lap car in front of him. That's the 99 of Dan Vining, sporting the pink for breast cancer awareness. White flag, final lap for Tim Bills here in the Lucas Oil 100. He has had his fair share of ups and downs throughout this 4-race Blizzard Series. He comes through turn number 4. He'll head to the Snowball Derby with a huge boost of momentum. He wins the Lucas Oil 100.
Not only wins this race, wins the Blizzard Championship. So the number 7 car, a great job in these 4 races over the last couple months that we've seen. Definitely has a great setup. I'm sure they're all not going to be totally satisfied, and you know these guys are going to probably keep tweaking, because you know when that 300 lapper comes on, there's going to be a huge field in that one, and tons of cars that are going to have a real good chance at giving this guy a good run for his money. So it never sleeps. You think you got a good car like Tim Bills has had these 4 races in the Blizzard Series, but it's not over. These guys still got to go to work.
Tim Bills trying to do the most impossible burnout in all of motorsports, and well, you can see why it's pretty impossible. Not very wide on the front straightaway here at Five Flags Speedway. He makes a couple little nicks in the wall. But other than that, he'll be heading to Jake's Victory Lane. We'll talk to him and the rest of the top three right after this. You're watching LSRTV, the voice of sim racing.
Truex in the outside, contact made, 56 slides in at a 4, who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
Monza is a very historic track. It's been around since the 20s, and it's gone through several permutations since then. We're also bringing forward a number of configurations. So there's chicanes that they've installed since the track's early days. So they can use original, very high-speed configurations of the track where the cars would just blow through where the chicanes are today, or they could use a more modern version. So it's a pretty cool, compelling track. The unique thing about Monza is it has a road course, but it also has a high-speed oval. And that high-speed oval can be run by itself. The Grand Prix course can be run by itself. And they also can be run together in a combined circuit, which is very unique and special in motorsports. This was one of the more challenging projects that we've undertaken. It was essentially building two tracks in one. It took a lot of time and a lot of care was put into it, but we're really happy about the end result and we think that people have a lot of fun driving it.
Welcome back to Five Flags Speedway. The Lucas Oil 100 has just concluded, and we're going to send it down to Andy Kessler, who has jogged his way down to pit road. Yeah, I said jogged. He's caught up with our second place finisher, Mark Arthur. Andy, have you caught your breath yet?
Yeah, just breathing a little hard down here on pit road, but I did catch up with the driver of the number 12 machine, Mark Arthur. And Mark, good run on the long run right there. You just showed it there at the end. Great way to battle yourself back up into that second spot. And I think we have some mic issues.
No,
oh, there he is.
It's pushing the wrong button. I'm surprised as you are. Usually I finish all crinkled up in these things. I was making a joke about it. I look like a tin can after every race, but this time I made a couple adjustments on that last stop, and the thing just came to life.
Yeah, Mark, overall, you got to figure a good solid finish like this. And obviously the fact that your car could bounce back like that on a long run, it's got to make you pretty excited coming up for the Snowball Derby here in a couple months.
Yeah, I think I found a little something. Every setup I've ever tried here was really, really loose off the corner, and this one just felt like I could stand on it. So I'm really happy about that. I just hope I can save it. I hope I can save it with the adjustments I made on pit stops and on this last pit stop, and I'll be pretty happy.
Now we talk about this series obviously over a quick little four race stint we had over the last couple of months, but now it's over. Now you got a couple months here to get ready for that Snowball Derby. Talk about that, a difference between running a 100-lap little sprint race here like we did here tonight and then going into this 300-lap main event. You're talking 300 laps. It's a long race for these guys here, and I know the car count, the field's going to be huge. Lots of guys in here. It's going to be all about track position, isn't it?
Yeah, if they can get, like I said, this was 10-car field, so it wasn't that tough. Things got strung out, so it was a little bit easier. The other races we did, a couple of them were caution fests, just where there's so many cars and walls on both sides of the track. When you wreck, there's really nowhere to go.
But most definitely. Well, this is the time. Shout out sponsors. Anything you want to say here tonight for this great second place finish you had?
I'd like to thank ARC and my teammate Michael Cozy. We jumped in here real quick, tried to work on a setup really fast, and I didn't feel comfortable with what he had, so I went with what I had last time here, and luckily, he fell off a lot because he was still loose again. But I'll get him this, and he'll probably whip my tail at the Snowball Derby. I need to kick Tim's hauler driver extra $100 or something if he can have some mechanical failure on the way to that, because I don't think anybody's got anything for Tim.
Yeah, he does have a stout car, and he's had that winning two. Yeah, with three. I don't even remember. He won a bunch of these races here in this series, but yeah, he definitely has a stout car, short runs and long runs. He was able to show that again tonight. But for you, solid run, a great long run setup you got there, and congratulations again on the second place finish.
Yeah, thanks, Andy.
No problem. Well, there he is. There's your second place finisher here tonight at the Lucas Oil 100. Mark Arthur in the number 12, and Ben has caught up with our champ and our winner of the race here tonight.
Champion and the winner of the Lucas Oil 100 and champion of the Blizzard Series, Tim Bills. You started off winning race number 1, and you end up winning the final race, and that's going to lead you into the Snowball Derby. Talk about the momentum that you've got built up heading into the 300-lap Snowball Derby in December.
Yeah, we got a really good car ready for the next race here. We got a good way to go out with a win and started with a win, so we'll work on it for the next one.
Next one, not 100 laps. The next one is 300 laps. How big of an adjustment is that going to be, not only for the car and the setups, but for you as a driver heading into the 300-lap race?
Oh, that's going to be a long run. It'll be a lot of endurance there to hang on to it. That's one thing I've been working on throughout the series here, is making the car a little better on the long run. I'm sure you can see there at the first race, the car was really good on a short run, and I started falling off. So I've been working on it since then, and then here you can see tonight, Matt was really fast there on the short runs, and I could catch back up with him there, and then on the long runs, the car seemed really good. So we're just going to have to keep going towards that.
Certainly was the class of the field tonight on the long runs. Let's talk about the couple of battles you had with Rolf. He got around you a couple times. He started on the pole. You had to get around him. Was there any point in the race where you were saying, I wonder if he's just saving his stuff and letting me run up on him and get around him, or did you know that you had the faster car?
Oh, no, you never know. With Matt's a good competitor there. Had a lot of fun racing with him. And he pulled away there at the beginning, and all I could just do was hope that my car was going to come in and his was going to fall off some. And it seemed to work out for me.
Well, it worked out. It got you in victory lane for the Lucas Oil 100, and it got you in the history books and on the trophy for the Blizzard Series Championship. You are the champion and the winner tonight. Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank my sponsor there, H&H Sign Supply, and Justin Brooks Designs for painting this car up for me, and then all the guys over at Wheeling and Dealing Motorsports, and my family for giving me the time to do it, and for you guys putting this on, and the FAST guys for allowing us to do this too. It's been fun.
It's been a lot of fun. We congratulate you and look forward to seeing you in the Snowball Derby. Tim Bills, Blizzard Series champion and the winner tonight here in the Lucas Oil 100. Andy, he made it sound like it was easy.
I would say, I mean, on track and up here from looking at it, it definitely looked like he had that thing on cruise control. But, you know, you look back at these 4 races, Ben, he only won the first race and then this race. He really had a chance to win all 4 of them. He's had a great car. If it wasn't for circumstances in the other 2 races, you might be talking about a 4 race in a row winner and champion. So, you know, he did a great job all season long in this little 4 race dash, I would call it. But he's had a fast car, and just to, you know, he's going to be tough in that Snowball Derby. Like he said, he's been working on that long run setup. We obviously showed it here tonight. He was pulling away from everybody there at the end, almost a 4-second lead there to finish this thing off. So he's definitely found something in it. And like I said, you're still going to tweak on it. You're still going to work on that setup because there's always going to be that one other person. If you don't work on it and you leave it as is, saying, "Oh, I got exactly what I need," somebody else is going to be working that much harder on it, and they're going to end up being faster for it than you when it matters the most. And then you're going to be kicking yourself you didn't really work on this setup.
Certainly is. Looking at just the list of drivers, the caliber of drivers that have competed in at least one of the Blizzard Series races this season, this is going to be a huge race come December 13th, the Snowball Derby, 300 laps, looking to see a full field of super late models take to the half-mile high banked oval right here in Pensacola. 300 laps, the Snowball Derby, December 13th. Mark it on your calendar. Also for the Fast guys, it's the Studio 10 Wraps Legends Million. That is November the 15th. That is at the Charlotte Legends Oval with the Legend cars. It's going to be live right here on LSRTV. We're looking forward to that as well. Next time you'll see us at Five Flag Speedway here in the Fast Sim Racing stable will be for the Snowball Derby in December. And Andy, it seems far away, but it's just around the corner. It will be here before we know it. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up for us here tonight for the Lucas Oil 100. Another spectacular Blizzard Series race. We had a awesome run through the Blizzard Series races, the 4-race season. I had a blast, and I'm really looking forward to getting back down here for the Snowball Derby.
Yeah, like you said, it's going to be here before we know it, and I can't wait. 300 laps, a lot's going to happen in that race. A lot of action, a lot of cars, a lot of people getting in each other's ways, beating and banging, and a lot of track position battles and pit road battles, and that's going to definitely be a fantastic race, and it will be here before you know it, and looking forward to it here come December.
That's going to do it for us right here on LSR TV. We encourage you to join us tomorrow night, where not even the WWE could write up a storyline like the RSR Full Throttle Cup Series has heading into the Wild Card. Talladega, it's at 9:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Join us right here live on LSR TV from Five Flag Speedway. He's Andy Kessler. I'm Ben Kilcrease. Laura Lawson was getting the picture that you see to you. Good night from Five Flags, and remember, when you're out there on the roads, put the phone down.